Hey mamas, welcome back to the Tuckered Mama podcast. This is the place where we keep it real about motherhood, the chaos, the beautiful moments, and everything in between. Today's episode is one I know so many of you are going to feel in your soul because we're talking about this third trimester in pregnancy and not the cute version you see online. I'm talking about the can't sleep, can't breathe, everything hurts, and is this labor or is this gas? And I have such a special guest with me today, a mama herself of two, about to become a mom of three, literally any day now. She is in the thick of it. We're getting the real unfiltered version of what this stage actually looks like, especially the third time around. We're also diving into something really exciting that I'm excited to talk about, her decision to have a home birth. We're going to get into the why, the prep, the reactions from other people, and what that actually looks like behind the scenes. And of course, we're doing it Tucker Mama style with some laughs, a little bit of chaos, and a whole lot of honesty. So let's get right into it. You've already seen her before, but please welcome back Mary, my good friend here. We talked about her with her pregnancy when she first found out and all the things. So if you haven't listened to that episode, jump back to that one real quick and come back over here. We're talking about the third trimester. She's literally due any day. What's your due date?
May 10th.
May 10th. Today is April 28th. So she is due any day.
Final countdown.
Yes. So thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to pull up our questions. So we are doing a segment of mine called 20 Questions with a Tuckered Mama. And this is the third trimester edition. So be honest. Are we in the glowing stage or get this baby out of me right now?
I think we're in both. I've had people stop me in public and say, there was a lady at Staples and she was like, can I tell you something? I was like, oh boy, here it comes. What is about to happen? She's like, you are just wearing this pregnancy so well. And you're just glowing. I was like, thank you. I was like, you never know what someone's going to say when they say, let me tell you something.
Yeah. Do you have your kids with you?
No, it was just me. I was making a return. I'm mailing it to Amazon return. And I was like, oh, okay. I'd rather hear that than,
yes, you are glowing.
Are they twins in later?
Oh, yeah. No.
Are you sure you're only having one? Like, well, they're going to be here in like 2 weeks, so I hope I know at this point.
Okay, so a little bit of backstory about Mary. She's got 2 kids. Like I said, if you haven't listened to her first episode, go back and listen to that one. But she already has a soon-to-be 4-year-old. He's like over 3.5 now, 4 in August. And then she's got a 2-year-old who just turned 2 in March. Mm-hmm. And then baby number 3 due in May. So they're kind of almost all 2.5-ish years apart, 2 years.
Yeah, Luke and Anna are 19 months apart, and then Anna and this one will be 26 months apart.
Okay.
Yours 26 months apart, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be right in there.
Okay. So what's harder right now? Sleeping, rolling over, putting socks on without like questioning your life choices? Like what's so hard?
It's Chaco season.
Okay, yeah.
I try not to put on socks anymore. I
just slides, like slip-ons.
If I don't slide in, I'm not wearing them.
Yeah.
Definitely sleeping. Like I've gotten to where I'll roll my pregnancy pillow into a donut.
Oh, okay.
So that I can kind of like lay on it. Like an inner tube. And the belly just goes in the hole. And then I pull in my other pillow and like sleep on my arms. Okay. That's as good as I can get right now. Call.
I always like wish I had one of those massage tables with the hole in the head because I like to lay flat on my stomach. At least before kids, I was totally a belly stomach sleeper. Not anymore, but I do wish that like when I was a belly sleeper that I had that hole so I could just
you need one for your face and then one for your belly.
Yeah.
just sleep on a massage table and then get a massage. That would be ideal.
Exactly. Hint, any dads out there listening, moms need a massage for Mother's Day. Unless you're pregnant, then you might go into labor. Could that cause labor?
It can happen. It can.
Okay.
It depends. I'm supposed to get one tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to like a sports massage guy that I love.
Okay.
And
have you been getting massages this pregnancy?
No, not regularly. I usually get one per. I usually save it and towards the end and like treat myself.
Yeah.
Get a little massage. Get like a pedicure or something.
Nice.
So I'm excited for that.
Are you ready to get a pedicure?
I don't know. I might just do it myself this time.
Okay. Well, Color Street. We just talked about that last week.
Yeah, that's it. So, get some of that. That'll actually last me.
Yes. Yeah, they will. They're good. So at what point did you officially start waddling and like just accept it?
Well, so this time my first pregnancy symptom was my hip hurting because the relaxin, you normally in pregnancy around the second trimester, your body produces this hormone relaxin and it makes all your ligaments loosen up to make space.
Okay.
But
I always learn so much when I'm here with Mary. Like, I don't really know too much about my own body, and here she is telling us all about it.
It's my favorite thing. I love all of the science behind
birth. Educate us all, because there's someone out there who's listening who doesn't know either.
I love it. But for this time, they say it kicks in sooner with each pregnancy because your body's like, oh, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Like, we know what we're doing this time.
Exactly. And this time it was before I even got my positive pregnancy test.
Oh, wow.
And so all the ligaments have been loose forever. So I think I started waddling right away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is
when
so
the last
funny.
time I walked normal
so
was.
Her 2-year-old, a little over 2, waddles just like her mama, and it's just so funny. She's not pregnant, obviously, but she waddles like she's a pregnant woman, and I swear she does not have a big belly, but she pushes her belly out and she's like copying you, and it's so cute to see.
Oh, but yeah, it's not the most comfortable. It's like, okay, body,
what's your
doing.
current toxic trait? Like, are you Googling early labor signs every 3 hours, convincing yourself that everything in this moment is like just a cramp, or like, what are you?
I try not to symptom watch too much.
Okay.
Because part of that for me is so far my labors have been like 0, like no signs of labor, nothing. And then contractions start and like I know some people will be like, oh, I've been having contractions on and off for a month, or I've never had that. It's always just been like, when contractions start, it's like go time.
Okay.
That baby's coming.
I was the opposite. Not with Lacey, which I don't even know if I knew what a contraction feeling was. But with Liam, I remember like over the Christmas time, like 2 months before he was born, like having this pain and I couldn't walk, and I'm like, oh my God, like, is this Braxton Hicks and all the things that people talk about? And I never knew what that was. And then the second time I'm like, okay, yeah, I think this is it, but this is not real yet. Like, I'll know when it gets real, and I need to like say something to somebody.
Yeah. Who do I need to tell?
Yeah. So with your other 2, let's talk about how long the labors were, like your first labor, because okay, we're going into the home birth. She's having home births, y'all, and her firstborn was a home birth who ended up having to go to the hospital, right?
So he was birth center.
Oh, okay.
And then, so I had him at the birth center and then had to transfer to AMC after that, which doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
Also, and that his labor was the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole life. It was 56 hours from the first contraction to baby in my arms. And 3.5 hours of that was pushing.
Oh.
And I wasn't allowed to like even come into the birth center and like stay until like, I think it was like 8 hours before I delivered. So most of that was spent at home. I had to go in twice.
Did you have someone besides Joey there with you?
Like, just me and Joey.
So how did you even know? Like, did you have someone on call? Like, hey, I think this is it.
Oh, it was intense. I had back labor with him.
Oh.
So it was like constant searing pain for 2.5 days.
Oh my God.
But I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
He was turned sunny side up. So this one, his back is on the outside facing my belly. Luke was the opposite. So his back was against my back.
Oh.
So when he was coming down, that's hitting the back of my spine with his big old head. And so instead of the contractions coming in waves and being more like menstrual cramps, it was like debilitating. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I couldn't sleep.
Oh,
Joey held my hand through every single contraction and stayed awake with me those 2 days.
Oh,
It
gosh.
was just like, we were out of it by the time he was finally born. And I was like, yeah, the whole thing was crazy.
So was it easier to like walk and sway? Because I obviously, mine were 2 at the hospital, but like if I were to have a third and we're considering a home birth, like is it easier to like walk around and sway, or like lay down in weird positions, or like I feel like laying down made it worse because you couldn't even get out of bed. And then once you have an epidural, you can't walk, obviously. Right. You're numb everywhere. So like, what was your tricks to laboring?
Yeah.
Like, walking around?
So I learned a lot from that experience, right? Like I learned that I was doing a lot of things that were not helping. So for his labor, I spent a lot of time like leaned back trying to rest, but that didn't help him get into a good position. So with Anna, it was walking around, swaying, leaning over, hands and knees, like putting one leg up on something, that asymmetric, kind of like you've done curve walking, right? Or,
yeah.
It's that idea of like
I remember
helping them walk,
curve walking everywhere, and Steve just laughing at me, and I'm like, it's supposed to help.
It does.
Like 2 weeks out, and you're like curve walking everywhere, and it's like so you look so silly, but yeah.
But it works. It helps because it like
so
helps
it's
your pelvis.
Like when a baby like has gas or something, you're trying to relieve it, so you just like pushing their knees to their chest.
Exactly.
But you're an adult, obviously, so you get to like figure out ways to do that yourself. So is that the same kind of position do you want to get in to help come out?
Yeah, you want to think about, how do I get this baby to be in that optimal position to descend the way they're supposed to? Like a puzzle, or like anything like that, where you're like, how do I get this, square shape down to the square shape it belongs to.
So with Anna, did you have a midwife there or a doula or anything like with Anna too? No, it's just you and Joey?
Just me and Joey again.
Where was Luke? Was he sleeping?
So her labor was about half as long from the first contraction. But I got a big break in the middle. So we were just chilling at home. I experienced a normal contraction, which I could eat and I could sleep and I could drink. Got a big break in the middle, did the day, and then we put Luke down around 10, and I had taken a nap from like 8 to 10:30ish. And as soon as he went down, which is what my midwife predicted, it was like, go time.
Well, that's exactly what you want though, right?
Yes.
So
it was perfect.
Did you have a plan like for Luke if he were awake, like if this happened during the day? What was your plan?
My plan was kind of like, see how I feel. If I feel like I can relax with him there, and if I can't, then call up my parents or friends, be like, hey, can you come get him? So that we can focus on
you focus, but also you don't want to scare him too.
Sure,
you want to make sure he feels comfortable. Like seeing you in pain might make him sad or something, So
with Anna, fortunately, it was pretty. I'm not going to say it was pain-free, but it was pretty close. Okay. I swayed and breathed through the whole thing.
Did you take any classes beforehand, like breathing exercises, or you just kind of were prepped by your team that was helping you?
I did the Christian hypnobirthing course, which was online. So I would be driving for carpool and listening to that. And they had a lot of positive birth stories and stuff connected to it. And then there's this $5 app. The Freya app is a contraction timer. But what it does is when you're not having a contraction, it just like speaks affirmations to you and like has spa music. And then when you hit the button to start the timer, it starts counting. It does like I think it's in for 4 and out for 7 or 8 or something. And so it like guides you through each breath throughout the contraction.
Everybody needs to hear about this app. What was it called?
It's called Freya, contraction timer. Okay. Freya.
Okay.
Like the goddess.
Freya.
Isn't that one of the goddesses or something? Freya?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
I don't know.
No.
But it's great.
Okay. Yeah, that's like
it's like a doula in your pocket. It's a $5 doula.
Yeah.
For
perfect.
like, that helped me tremendously with Anna's getting through all her contractions. And yeah, I was like,
is that your plan for this time too?
That's the plan. The plan this time, though, is that the midwives are there before she comes.
Yeah.
Because it was accidentally unassisted. Because I had a midwife. I was a home birth midwife, ready to go.
Right.
But
another mom was delivering also?
Right.
Okay.
Another mom was also delivering, and because it was going so smoothly, and my first labor had been so horrendous, I really underestimated where I was at in the process. Because I called.
So what happened? Joey caught the baby, and then someone came?
Caught the baby.
Oh.
I caught that baby.
Oh my
I said, that's my baby. So I thrown up. I wasn't nauseated, and I threw up. And I was like, this might be transition. And so we called the midwife. I was like, hey, I just threw up. She's like, okay, well, her birth assistant lives about an hour away from my house. And she was like, do you think you got an hour? And I was like, oh yeah, I think that'll be fine. No problem. I'm talking like this on the phone with my midwife in between contractions. And I did not have an hour. I had 40 minutes at that point.
Oh my god.
Left.
You guys had the baby for 20 minutes without anybody there.
15. But,
okay.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah. But it went so smoothly. And
oh my gosh. I'm so intrigued. I'm like, okay. Because you said it was, okay, she told me before this podcast that it was in the bathroom, right?
Yes.
So you're hovering over the sink? Or are you at the tub? Or
I'm at the sink. So I was in the living room, leaning over the couch.
Okay.
And reading the scripture card that I had. And then I feel this sudden urge, I'm going to poop my pants and there's nothing I can do about it. And feel something run down my leg. I got sweatpants on.
Was that your water breaking?
No, it wasn't. Oh. Yeah, I guess. It's just some kind of fluid. It wasn't the water, though, because the water broke after I got in the bathroom.
Okay.
But I'm going to the bathroom because I'm like, all right, I'm about to poop myself.
Yeah.
But it was a baby. And
the best poop ever.
The best poop ever. So I'm leaning on the sink, breathing through my contraction, whatever. And I put my hand down there.
Did you try to sit down to poop?
Oh, I did not.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not going to make it. But I throw off my sweatpants, throw them in the floor.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine if you sat down on the toilet and then the baby came out?
I don't know how I would have caught her if I was sitting on the toilet. I'm sure there's a way.
Oh my gosh. I'm sure you would have realized and instantly stood up or something.
Yeah, I'm feeling down there. I'm because I was oh, let's, maybe I can see how far in she is. And I went to check and it was like that. I could feel her head, that far in. I was like, okay. This is happening.
Was Joey nearby? Was he following you?
Yeah, he was kind of following me, okay. And he had the phone to keep in touch with the midwife. And so I have my hand down there, and then I feel her crowning, and I'm like, she's coming, she's here, and my water busts, and everywhere, which was insane. And he's like, her water just broke, and the baby's here.
Oh my god! So the midwife was on speaker the whole time,
mm-hmm.
With you guys.
Yeah.
Was she with another mom who was also in labor?
Yes. So the other mom gave birth 10 minutes after me.
Oh.
Incoming,
oh, wow.
Far away. But there's a midwife that lives 3 minutes from me, 1 minute from you, that she knew of. And so she was like, I can send her over. So she sent this other midwife over when she found out the baby was here. And so I've got the baby, patting her back,
I was about to say, what do you do when you are not?
I was holding her upside down.
Yeah.
At that point, and just clearing her, and she started crying. I was like, cool. Pulled her up to my chest.
Oh my god!
And then
just so scared.
Stepped over into the tub and knelt down. And it was just like, all right, we're here now. And
just waiting for somebody.
Yeah.
So when they come in, what happens after that? Like, what are you waiting for them to come do? Like, cut the umbilical cord and check her out? Do they do a check on her?
Yes.
They would do in the hospital?
Exactly. They do all that stuff. Make sure she's clear and breathing, and check me, make sure I'm not hemorrhaging, things like that. They would also check on the placenta, if it's been delivered or not yet, which for me, she got there.
That just reminds me of, they had to rip mine out. When you say that word, it's like, I can feel it in my gut.
That's such a weird feeling with the cord traction. I had that with Luke, and it was like the weirdest feeling.
Oh God, I can feel it. Just that memory. It's the core memory.
It is. It sticks with you.
So what happened with Anna's placenta?
With hers, I was just kneeling in the tub. I started nursing her while we're waiting, and the midwife comes. I'm like, "Oh, hey, I just have a baby. Come on in. Nice to meet you, neighbor." And I'm on high at this point, and she's like, "Okay, well, let's see if we can stand you up, and we'll rinse you off a little bit, and then move you over to the bed." And when I went to stand up, the placenta was like, it just popped out. I was like, "There it is."
This is what you wanted your first experience, and everybody wants if they have
exactly. Just
oh my gosh,
all was well, and yeah, she clamped the cord, and Joey cut it, and then I got rinsed off, and we went to bed, my own bed.
Yeah, and
she's like, "Take as much time as you need to just bond and nurse and whatever, and when you're ready, let me know, and we'll check you if you need stitches, and we'll weigh the baby and do all that stuff whenever you're ready."
So when did the midwife? So this was the middle of the night, right?
Yeah, this was.
So did you guys born at 1:40. Okay, you guys called the time.
She was born at 1:40, so the midwife got there 1:55-ish.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
so fast.
Yeah.
So was she already kind of in line and prep? Hey, someone right down the street might have a baby close to you.
Yes.
Can you be on call? That's amazing for someone just to drop everything and come to you. I'm so what? I wish I had known more about home births. My cousin had one, and I was seriously considering it with Lacey, and then I got super scared, and I was like, no. And then the second one, I was like, no, I'm going to the hospital too. But now talking to you all the time about this, I'm like, if I ever have a third, I would totally try it.
Yeah.
And Steve thought I was crazy too, so that didn't help.
Yeah. There's a lot of factors and logistics, right, of home birth. And I think living in Tucker is part of why I don't want to move out of Tucker, because we have so many good resources right here, these midwives, tons of doulas, tons of hospitals within 10 to 20 minutes of here. You have your choice, in Tucker. And so if there is an emergency, transfer is quick, and there's a lot of places in Georgia where you just don't have access to that.
Yeah, in rural areas too. So did your mom, what made you want to do home births? Did your mom do home births? And that's or you were just I'm starting a new legacy here?
It was a new thing.
Okay.
My mom, she had me unmedicated after 3 cesareans. She had me vaginally. I was 10 pounds 2 ounces.
Oh my god!
She delivered with Dr. Tate, who is still practicing to this day. He's the last OB in Georgia that I know of.
Okay, so
that will do breech.
That's a whole myth,
that's
right?
A whole thing. Yeah.
Even though you had a C-section, you can still deliver vaginally.
Yes, a lot of OBs nowadays are not allowed to. If you've had 2, I think they'll attempt it after 2. But if you've had 3, they will not attempt a vaginal delivery.
Is it just not safe?
It's it's a liability thing, mostly. It's VBACs are a really, I think, misunderstood concept, and the risk of uterine rupture, with repeat cesareans versus a VBAC, and there's so much to that, and just,
Yeah.
I could do a whole podcast on my perspectives on like how maternal medicine is like deeply broken by the misogyny that we have in our country.
Really?
But
I feel like now with the generations that are growing up, at least ours, I just feel like I have so many people in my Instagram circle of moms that are doing like the homestead life and having these home births and homeschooling and going back to like our natural ways. And I hope that it continues to normalize that way now. And like schools are freaking a mess and scary. And
yeah, I think people are really put off by the corruption that we're seeing just all over the place. Like you're saying, like, you know, our education and our like medicine and, you know, and even having traumatic experiences themselves within those environments and being like, you know, I want to try to prevent that as much as I can.
Right.
And, you know, something I thought about even with this topic of like, and like how people react, right? Like when I say I'm having a home birth, it's like some people get really excited because maybe they're from another country where it's more common.
Yeah.
Or they have worked in birth work before. They're a former midwife or doula, or they've done it themselves. So I'll get those. But then there's a lot of people too that have been traumatized in birth and have had real medical emergencies and have been blamed for those things happening, even if it really wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
And that can bring a lot of fear to the idea of a home birth. Of like, well, what if that happens again?
Well, and if you don't know anybody who's experienced that, like me, like never even heard about it until I met you. And I feel like I'm one of those people. When I met you, I was like, you're doing what?
You crazy person.
Yeah. Oh my God. And you're homeschooling? Like, whoa. Like, do you live here? Like, do you live in the woods and huts up here? Like,
what culture are you a part of?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah. I feel like I was one of those people. So, like, when you hear about it and you learn more about it, like, that's the thing. I think we're so poorly educated on this super important part of our life and this, you know, milestone that all moms get to hopefully go through. And I think if more people knew about it, then it would be not so scary. But yeah, there are people who have those, or people who maybe not have the medical emergencies, but people who like going to the hospital and going to the doctor and like the medical attention and like that support. But I think that's also how you're raised too. Like if you cough and you gotta get rushed to the ER because you have a cough, like no. Like I don't think I was raised like that, but there are those people out there. So I think going to the hospital for them might make most sense to make them feel comforted and at home. And
no, I think you're so right. Like, yeah, full disclosure, I was not raised. I was like, the only time I went to the doctor was, I like dislocated my elbow or something when I was a kid. And then like, we never went. We didn't have the money. We didn't have health insurance, whatever. So I'm already kind of like, have a like background that makes me, I don't want to say skeptical, but just like, well, what's the options? What is, like, I like to ask questions. I was listening to a birth podcast and they're talking about this 4 tendencies quiz. And it's basically about like how you respond to expectations from outside of yourself and within yourself. So there's like, I think it was like called the acquiescer, and they just want to meet other people's expectations, and that's kind of how they make their decisions. Or there's like the rebel who rejects all expectations and just wants to do their own thing and like, you know, doesn't really ascribe to what anybody thinks. But the one that I identified with was the questioner. It's like, you can convince me of something if you have a good reason.
Yeah.
I just got to ask questions. I want to understand why I'm doing things.
Not just because this is what the majority of people are doing. This is what, you know, we say the rules are, but why, who said you're making the rules?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And what I ran into with Luke, that really like made me turn the wheel hard, was experiencing a doctor saying, this is just the way it's done. This is just the like policy. I'm like, that's not a good reason.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't want to do the blood test.
Oh.
Because I was like, I'm not going to abort even if something does come up. I'm not going to do the amniocentesis, which is the diagnostic tool after the NIPT blood test that they do at like 12 weeks.
Okay.
That can indicate that you might have like a chromosomal issue, but it's not diagnostic, and you have to do amnio to get a diagnosis for a genetic issue. And that comes with like miscarriage risk. And I'd been, infertile for 4 years. I wasn't going to risk anything. So I was like, this really just not a good fit for me. I'm under 35,
Don't need it.
I don't really need it. And this it was a radiologist at Northside of all the people who was trying to convince me and like coerce me into getting this blood test at 21 weeks at that point.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, no, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's not a good reason other than because I said so.
Yeah.
And it really put me off of the system.
Yeah.
I was like asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of led me to home birth eventually, was just that desire for autonomy and for like to be able to research things and make decisions. And and it doesn't mean I don't do anything. Like I just got my GBS done a couple weeks ago, which is it's not the fun. It's the one with the swab, the double swab.
Okay.
And my midwife was like, you don't have to do it. Why we would want to do it is if you have a hospital transfer, they'll treat you as if you're positive, whether you are or not. But if you have a negative test, then, you won't have to have antibiotics automatically. And I was like, that's a good reason.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So was it positive or negative?
It was negative. So I'm good.
So now you know if you get transferred, then no.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, I think that's part of why some people will feel safer in hospital. Some people will be safer birth center or home or whatever. It's like some of that's even just down to your personality and how you approach the world.
Yeah.
Of like, if having a trusted provider that's going to tell you what you're going to do is comforting and feels safe for you, then the hospital might be where you need to be. Yeah. Like, that's great.
I know several people like that. I'm sure you can think of people too who grew up like that, and that's what they rely on. So I totally see that. I mean, that's all I knew before talking to you too. So if that's all you know and you don't know any different, not any better, but any different, then and you don't have your mind opened up, then like, are you questioning these things? So
I'm a questioner.
Yeah.
By nature. And so the whole it's really driven me down that road of asking those questions and like really trying to understand why I do what I do or don't do what I don't do.
Yeah.
Which is super annoying for some people. I'm like that person who's like, why do dads walk their daughters down the aisle? I am not a possession.
Yeah.
But I did it anyway. I was like, it's meaningful.
Like, why is
sweet,
it traditional?
Whatever.
Why is it?
Yeah. I'm that kind of person. I will question it all. But
you should. I mean, and that's all like about educating yourself too on all these things. And then you can teach your kids about it because I want to be able to tell Lacey about all these things and all her options and her to feel it coming from me who she trusts and not some random person telling her exactly what you said. This is just the way it's done. No. Like, there's a lot of other options.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think like what you said, like you hadn't even heard of like home birth as an option until you met somebody who was doing it or had done it. And I was like, I think that's the case for a lot of people. We've really like separated out birth from our communities. And it used to be, your mom, your auntie, your grandma was like, that was your birth team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's still that way in a lot of places. But we've separated out so that people don't even see a birth until they do it themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Which makes it feel scarier and bigger.
Yeah. And I didn't even want my mom in the room. And now I'm like,
yeah,
why? Why did I do that? But now I am grateful that I didn't, because I feel like that would have caused more stress for me. And she doesn't listen to my podcast anyway, so who cares if I talk about her? I would tell her to her face. No, she does listen sometimes, but she's got a very busy life, so I understand. One day she'll regret it, and then she'll go back and listen. Even the one with my sister, I'm like, Mom, did you listen to me and Lily's podcast? You know, she was my special guest. And I kept pushing her, like, the days it released. And I'm like, did you listen to my podcast this week? And she's like, no, not yet. I was like, I have a very special guest on there. She didn't even know we had done it.
Yeah.
And then when she saw it, she was like, oh my gosh, you did it with your sister. And I was like, yes, all about her RV life. You got to go listen.
That was a good episode.
Yeah,
I like
that was
one.
so funny. I've forgotten one part of it. The funniest thing I ever saw in one of her FaceTimes is that she has bread hanging from her ceiling because she has no counter space.
That checks out.
So she hung the bread. I was like, Lily, I was talking to her on FaceTime. I'm like, is that bread behind you floating? Like, what? And she's like, oh yeah, it's hanging. Like, you know, if like one of those fruit baskets. I was like, what?
You make it work.
Yeah,
you gotta make it work.
You know, minimal space. That was a good episode. So if you didn't listen to that, go back and listen.
and listen to that one. That was
okay.
Great.
We got so off of our questions, y'all, but this is already like so exciting and such a good episode. Okay, so we talked about your toxic trait. I think we're on 5. What's the one thing you said you wouldn't complain about this pregnancy, but here we are. What are you complaining about?
It's the sleep. With my other 2, I never had a problem with sleeping. Oh. I was like, I'd heard people talk about like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just not sleeping. For me, that didn't happen until the newborn was here. Before.
Yeah.
Until this one. And I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah. Well, and you're chasing around 2 toddlers.
Yeah, so I knew the sleep extra.
Yes, you're already exhausted from the day, so baby, listen.
Let me sleep.
Yeah.
I think he's moves a lot too. So like some of it's him waking me up. I'm just like, I never thought. And like and shaving too. Oh. I was like, with my first 2 pregnancies, I was like, oh, I have no problem. I'm so flexible. Blah blah blah. Why do people complain about not being able to shave?
Yeah.
This 3rd one has humbled me greatly. Like it's all by faith, not by sight these days.
Whenever, oh my gosh, so embarrassing, but this is all part of being real motherhood conversations here. When I had Lacey, my firstborn, the very first question that one of my dear friends asked me was, 1, did you poop? And I was like, no, I didn't. I know what muscles to push. And then 2, she was like, did you shave? And I was like, and it was in front of her husband and mine. And I was like, why are you asking me that?
Don't ask me this in front of these men.
I looked at Steve like, don't say anything. No, the answer is no, I did not. Because I did not care. I was like, whatever. I mean, I wasn't like a freaking forest down there or nothing, but I mean, it wasn't like French.
It wasn't,
I was like,
we're not filming anything today.
We're going into labor, and who else is seeing this?
Right.
So these, you know, doctors see this all the time. So
exactly. To them, it's just like another thing.
Yeah. So I remember her asking that, and I was like, in front of her husband too, and I was like, oh, what?
Like that's a very personal question to ask me right after I've given birth.
So how is third trimester with your 3rd baby different this time? Like you said, the sleep, of course, but like the 3rd trimester with your firstborn, you're so anxious, you know, and I'm sure you're anxious this time too. Like any day now, like, is he gonna come early? Or your firstborn, you're like, okay, my due date is this day, so I'm not even gonna worry till this day. Or did you like get yourself psyched up with the firstborn? Like I did. I know I did. I was like, okay, you can have the baby supposedly at 37 weeks. So for 21 days, you're like, today's the day. No. Today's the day. No. Like
what's it gonna happen?
Yeah. So do you feel that? Or are you just like comfortable and waiting? And
This is the first one where I've actually felt really uncomfortable at the end of pregnancy and been like, all right, let's
so
get the show on the
everything
road.
Today, this is going to be your troublemaker.
Yeah, I think maybe so.
You're rambunctious one, not troublemaker.
Yes. But at the same time, like, I know what's coming in a different way than I did with either of them, really, because, your first one, like you said, like, you don't know what to expect at all.
Yeah.
And then the second one, I was expecting the worst and ended up being very different. And this one, I'm like, I've had both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. You were expecting the worst because of your firstborn being so, dramatic for you guys and having to rush to the hospital and all that. And then she was so quick. I can't believe that. Yeah. And how lucky to have someone right down the street.
Yes.
Like, that is so nice. So is she your midwife or part of your team this time too?
Yes.
And the same
midwife. They're a team now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Which is great.
Awesome.
Now I see both of them. I like alternate.
So the one that lives right here, what's her name? Jill, and then the other one
is Shoshana.
Does Shoshana live in Tucker area? Or?
She lives in Lilburn, so not far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you said she went out to Cumming with the other pregnancy, I was like, oh, maybe she lives far away.
Well, that's the tricky thing with midwifery care, is that there's not a ton of them. There's not a ton of home birth midwives. So their scope is kind of large. Like, out to Cumming, and, they've got kind of a big circle.
So I'm so curious too, like, so obviously you chose a home birth because that's what your heart wanted, but was finances also like in the questioning and in the consideration? Like,
for sure.
What is the difference between like home birth and hospital birth? Like, I know with my firstborn, we were so fortunate. I was working for DeKalb County and I was working for the schools and I had school insurance, and literally it was amazing. I have to tell everybody, but not to toot our own horn, but we got so lucky because it was a total between her and me $500.
Amazing.
To have Lacey.
Oh.
It was $250 for her delivery and $250 for my hospital stuff. I was like,
if you're not from America and you're hearing that and think that's a lot, that's not a lot in America.
No. That was like, oh my God, a dream. And then, with our secondborn, I purposely signed up for the same insurance after I left the schools and stopped working. And I was like, I love Kaiser. I want to do them again. My whole like team the whole time, all the midwives, because Kaiser has midwives too. So I was really like fortunate that I just happened to land in that. Like, I don't even know any other experience, like meeting different doctors and finding someone who fits. Like, Kaiser has a ton of women and a ton of support, and they all work at different hospitals. So like, there's a chance that you're going to get someone you've already met and you're a little familiar with. But with my secondborn, I was like, okay, we signed up for the same insurance, so everything should be, a little bit similar, blah, blah, blah. And then come to find out, Liam was like almost $5,000. Yeah. So like, all said and done, and we just finished paying like this last bill that came in. And I was like, what is this $800 for? Like, it's been over a year. Yeah. And Steve was so mad. He called Emory, was where we had Liam, and was just like, listen, look up my wife's name, look up my son's name, look up my daughter's name, and look up mine. Do we owe anything else? Like, so tired of paying for all these stupid bills that came in, because all the doctors bill you individually.
Yeah, that drives me insane.
And then like every shift of people, because it changes every 12 hours, bill you for whatever. And it's like, and then of course all the pain meds that I got and all the things and whatever. So what is a home birth like cost, if you don't mind me asking?
No, that's a good question. I think that's part of like the logistics part of a home birth, is you need a supportive partner because there's also a financial investment, for sure. One of my midwives is a CNM. So in the state of Georgia, because she is a certified nurse midwife, I can submit to insurance. Like, we're using our health savings account, or FSA or HSA. I always forget which one we have. So we're using that to pay for it as well, which at least saves us the taxes.
Yeah.
So we submit that for reimbursement.
That's all the prenatal care too?
That's all. It's
our
everything,
hospital
which is
bills
nice.
was what I was talking about,
Yeah.
that big 5,000. But like even leading up to that, I mean, it's like $50 here, $60, $70, whatever.
The global thing.
Yeah, all the little things that check off as you go. So there's probably a little bit more than that, honestly.
Right. And that's with Luke, we did half OB, and then I transferred care at 30 weeks to Atlanta Birth Center, which I had Blue Cross Blue Shield with the City Schools of Decatur at the time. And they would only cover half of Atlanta Birth Center. They would cover facility, but not the midwives themselves. And then he ended up in the NICU, and we had to take an ambulance to the NICU. We didn't really need to, but we did. And so his ended up being like, I want to say like 8,000 or something, 8 or 10,000 by the end of it. But like you said, with the prenatal care and the global fee and all that stuff, I was like, I've lost track.
Yeah.
So then going into home birth, it's like, I know exactly what I'm paying up front, which I think for Anna, it was like 6,000.
Okay.
And then this one is, I think, 7,500 total.
Is insurance covering a lot of that, or that's what you guys are paying?
That's what we pay up front or whatever. Like it's like monthly increments.
Oh, okay.
But then we can submit for reimbursement.
That's nice to like be able to budget it out, and then like us and Steve, I don't know what he did, but Steve is always like a pay ahead, pay forward type of person, which is similar to what you guys are doing. But like when we were in the hospital, I was not with him, and they directed him. Of course, you know, people are bossing you around.
Shady.
Oh my God. So shady, so greedy. Directed him over to go fill out some paperwork for something and to check it. Long story short, someone had convinced him to go ahead and pay $2,000 of the birth.
Before you'd even given birth?
No.
Or like right after?
Right after.
Okay, yeah.
But still, it was like, what is this for? What are you talking about? Like, where's the bill? Like, how do you guys even know what we went through and everything? Like, and Liam also went to the NICU, so it was like, what's going on here? And then Steve, of course, was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and put this forward towards, you know, the birth.
Yeah.
And it all sounded great, and I was like, cool, fine, whatever. I was in
like, we gotta pay it eventually anyway. Yeah.
So come to find out, like months later, after we're getting all these bills, that $2,000 is not showing up anywhere. And we're like,
where did that go?
A lot of money. Where did that go? So it took me forever to find out where it went and what we actually paid for. It's because our insurance was billing us for whatever, and then the hospital was billing you for something, and then all the care team was billing you. So it was like, where did that $2,000 go? It ended up going to Emory, but like it was not in their records, and then all the doctors were. It was so messy. I'm like, do not ever pay
that stresses me out.
Anything like health, anything with your health, like bills, like question them. Find out you do not have to pay them right up front. Don't let them scare you, because that's what happened to Steve. He was like, oh, I owe this now. Let me pay it now. Yeah, and it's like, no. You could literally wait. You could literally have medical bills the rest of your life. And pay $10 at a time.
I still get a letter from Northside Perinatal, whatever, for some ultrasound from Luke's pregnancy. I just throw it away. Yeah. It's like below the threshold of affecting my credit. So I'm just like, y'all annoy me.
Yeah, stop getting out of my face. Yeah, I don't live here anymore. Send it somewhere else. So it's like right in the same line as hospital births, home births.
It's about the same. However, like you're saying, with a hospital birth, you get all these random bills that you're not anticipating.
Yeah.
Versus knowing exactly what it's going to be up front. And it includes all of your prenatal care. It includes your birth. It includes postpartum care. It's everything.
So with a home birth, this might be a stupid question, but can you get pain relief? Like if you chose that option? Like what if you wanted an epidural? They don't do that at home, right?
Yeah. No epidurals, because you have to be an anesthesiologist to do that.
Right. like any other pain meds? Could you ask for it if you wanted that? Or is like the whole point of a home birth to have a natural birth with unmedicated?
Generally, it's unmedicated. I haven't talked about it with my midwives this time because I haven't, I'm not planning on needing it. They do tubs, like water births, as like pain relief. When I was at the birth center, you could get the nitrous oxide or IV pain meds, which I did get with Luke because that was much needed. But I guess it depends on the midwife too, on what they carry and what
would you rate the pain of a home birth, like aside from Luke's, because that was your first, like with Anna, you said it was kind of all of a sudden real quick. Like, would you say, I don't know, what would you say from 1 to 10, like your scale of when she came to pushing, how did it increase?
Like with birth, I think in general, your pain is going to be proportional to your fear. The more you're afraid and anxious, the worse it's going to hurt.
I think that's so true. Now that I hear you say that out loud, I'm like, oh my God, sitting there about to have Liam. I was so excited to find out if it was a boy or girl, but also like so done with the stupid inducing, like, because I had to be induced with him. I was like so done trying to like wait out all these time frames for all these different medicines to start working. Like, I want something to start working. I want to get this like process going and start pushing. And I just couldn't get any contractions going for me. And I was so scared that they were gonna, because every doctor comes in, it was like, oh, yeah, it's not looking good. You probably need a C-section. It's like,
leave me alone.
No, let the medicine work. And that's what I'm so thankful about Kaiser too, that all of the midwives were constantly fighting all of the doctors for you. Like,
I love that.
Yeah,
you had advocates.
I did. So it was great. Okay, so again, another tangent, but so that's good to know about home births versus hospital births, that they're similar pricing.
And, I think about it kind of like a wedding, and for my mindset, for my budget, because we live small, we live pretty frugally. But I think about it like, I will never experience this birth again. This is the only time this will ever happen.
True.
With this child.
Yeah.
So I think about it that way of like, I'm investing in this day and this experience.
That's what I'm having such a hard time with, is like closing that chapter in my life. If we were to not have any more, like, I've been struggling with that a lot lately, and just, I wish that I had done a home birth or whatever. And I don't know. I just feel like my third, if we were to have a third, I would totally want to try the home birth. I think it's so cool. I just, like you said, it's the one time you get to do this, and this part of women's lives to have babies is so short in the long run of your whole life.
But you'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, you can still feel when they pulled your placenta.
Feel the rip of that. I can feel, like, with Lacey, I hemorrhaged and had so much blood loss. I almost had to get transfer. And
the transfusion.
Yes, the transfusion. And I just remember, like, the second they put her on my chest, my arms were like numb. I couldn't move them, and I couldn't feel anything. I remember looking over at Steve like, get the baby off, I'm gonna drop her. And I wasn't even holding her. I was laying down, like there was no way she could move or drop. But I was just like, I was so scared because I was like a ghost. And Steve was like, I've never seen you look so white in your life, like just complete ghost. Like your face was like terrified. Wow. But also your first baby, you're like, what do I do with this?
Yeah, it's a shock.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Okay, so are you nesting or just aggressively like organizing everything while everyone else tries to stay out of your way?
I am fully nested.
Okay.
I threw a nesting party last week.
Yes.
Last Saturday. It was amazing. I'm so glad I did it.
Yes, such a cool idea. Like, tell us a little bit about what a nesting party is for people who don't know.
So instead of a baby shower, where the focus is kind of just on gifts and like celebrating the baby's arrival and stuff, which is great. I've had 2 baby showers, or I've actually had more than that, between like work and stuff. And I love them and I appreciate them. But with my third, it's like, just, we don't need that much stuff.
Yeah.
we really,
with your third, you've already got like all the things, you know what you really want this time and what the baby actually needs. Like, you don't need 3 different play mats on the floor.
Right, exactly. I have, and I'm always up in the buy nothing community. So if there is something I need,
just give them a cup to play with and they're happy.
Exactly.
Like, you don't even need the baby toys.
Here's a remote that doesn't have batteries in it.
They don't want the baby toys. They want your stuff you're holding in your hand.
Exactly. So that was part of it. But also, I'm kind of learning to invite people in more to just into my life, just into my real day-to-day life. And so what I did was I took a note card for each task. So I had like the oven, the microwave, the bathtub, like vacuuming the upholstery, like all kinds of things. Just the fish tank needed to be cleaned.
So all of the to-dos that you needed to get done before baby comes.
Exactly. And I attached those note cards to the supplies that you would need to do whatever task it was.
So organized for your third trimester and third baby with 2 toddlers running around.
It made it fun.
Oh my God. Yeah, but I mean, that's what you need to like get things done, like check it off the list.
Exactly.
I can't believe you did all that though. That's so organized and so it seems so tedious, but you needed that to happen.
Yeah. And then people were able to just come in. I direct them. It was like on top of my washer and dryer because I don't have a laundry room. They just sit in my dining room. And also just pick whatever you want to do. And so they were like, great. And they just grabbed their supplies and went to it.
So easy.
And it was really helpful to, I don't know if like you're into the love languages stuff. I know a lot of people are skeptical about it or whatever, but like for me, my top ones are like quality time and words of affirmation. Tell me I'm doing a good job and come sit with me and my tank is full. Service and gifts are not like I think it's a spectrum. I don't think you're one thing or another. I think we all need all of them, but they're not my tops. But I have a lot of friends and family where service is how they love to express their love.
Yes, I think I'm that person. I think I always have to like give people, make them feel good about themselves too.
Yeah. And to be able to invite people in to express their love in the way that brings life to their soul too was so sweet to me.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, they are showing me their love while they're vacuuming Cheerios out of my couch and seeing the hoisin sauce spilled in the bottom of my fridge that I haven't cleaned up in months. And so it's very intimate.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, people are like all up in your business, all up in your space. Like, oh my God, I just found a banana peel in your couch. And it's like, don't mention it. Don't even.
Like, where did all these coins come from? Like, yep, you know me really well now. And
there's that missing sock I was looking for, Exactly.
But
you
there's a
needed that. And that's like, that helps you get organized and like prevents like when you do have a nesting party, this is a great idea for like future pregnancies instead of the baby shower because you already kind of know, but like to prepare in advance the tasks to be done makes it run so smooth. Like your wedding day.
Exactly.
You want to like plan everything in advance, of course, you're not just winging it. And then like people are like, and you're like questioning, let me see, let me find something for you to do. So
yeah, I wanted to avoid that.
Yeah.
I wanted people to just be able to like if they only had time to do like one thing, be like, great.
I was about to say that it's also like a timed event. So you have like 3 hours to get tasks done, make the most of it and do it like you did. Organize it, like make it. Yes. So that's a nesting party. So if you're having more than one kid, like seriously consider the nesting party.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Okay. So what's your current I cry over this for no reason moment?
I'm not much of a crier. I get more of the irritable side of pregnancy.
I cry at everything. I cannot help myself.
I
think in our first
I need
episode,
to grow in my crying. No. I need to cry more.
No.
I do.
I feel like I never grew up knowing like proper ways to cope with it. So I cry over everything. And you have a lot of really like great ways to calm yourself down and remind yourself of all the good things you have in life.
Crying is really good for you. There's some more body science for you, is that your body is designed to cry.
Yes.
To relieve tension.
So what's, I think in our first episode that we did with you, with your talking about all your pregnancies and how you're pregnant for your third time and all the things, and you were talking about how you get like really irritated really quickly and frustrated and mad. So how are you handling that this pregnancy? Any better, or is it like amped up? Can you recognize yourself when you are getting these emotions before you attack people?
Yeah, I sometimes. I go into like mama bear for sure. I'm just like very intolerant. Maybe intolerant is too strong a word, but I catch it most, like, obviously I get most irritated with my own children, my own household. I think we all do.
Yeah.
Like the people that we love the most and we're around the most,
for sure,
set us off the most sometimes.
Yeah.
And I really,
you're comfortable with them, and you know that they're going to forgive you and that you've messed up.
And they love you, especially bringing a 2-year-old who and
think the world of you.
Yes. And like the number of times I just get irritable and like snap, or like just like stop it. Like, but then I can't always prevent it, but I do make an effort to amend and like apologize, and in a really like meaningful way. Like mama was frustrated.
Yeah.
And
it's really important to describe your feelings to them and apologize to them. Like, I don't think I ever was apologized to as a kid growing up. And now I like make it a point to apologize to Lacey for the feelings that just exploded out of me. And she's like, where's my sweet mom that loves me, you know? And it's like,
it scares them.
It does scare them. And Lacey like will get bubble wrapped eyes when I yell at her. And I'm like, what am I doing? Stop.
Yeah.
And you can't help yourself sometimes. You just like, stop pulling your brother's neck.
Right. Stop strangling your sibling, please.
God.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, but I take comfort in like knowing that I'm modeling that for them too. Like, I'm frustrated and I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I reacted wrongly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really sorry. This is like, I should have taken a deep breath.
Yeah.
And taken a minute to myself.
Talking about this now, I think I need to get better about that, because I used to do it like a lot more, and now lately I've just been like, okay, and this
it's hard.
It's hard, and now that like my 1-year-old, he's almost 16 months now, he's getting way more active and running around and like actually playing with her, but she's still so rough. I'm like, dude, you cannot be like that. And she doesn't understand why. She doesn't still see him as a baby. She's like, oh, he's walking now? He can play like I can. And I need to remind myself, that like, okay, let me explain the situation to her first before I just react to her, whatever she's doing.
Okay. I'm learning my own emotional regulation while trying to teach them, and I feel wildly underqualified.
Okay, what's something that your other kids said or have done that made you realize, okay, yeah, this baby needs to come out soon?
I feel like they're just anticipating it. I feel like they can tell.
Do you think that they are like, Luke understands like what's going on?
They both know. Okay. There's baby brother in here. It's coming soon. They have been just grouchy. Just grouchy little kids. Especially the last few weeks.
Have they been clingy? I think Lacey was so clingy. Knowing, like, I don't think she really knew, like, any day now the baby's coming, but, like, they sense something. Like, your animals sense something, too. I mean, you don't have any animals, but my dog knew when I was pregnant with Lacey, I swear, before we even knew. Like, just you have a different scent, first of all, you put off. And I think Lacey was so, like you said, so grouchy, just so, like, crazy because the baby was coming. And she's like,
what is this? What happened to my sweet little boy and girl? Where did they go? Why are you biting not literally biting at each other, fortunately, but just like nanning each other all the time and provoking. I'm just like,
well, maybe they're getting out all their frustrations now, and then they're going to be the sweetest hearts whenever baby comes and give you a break and not bite.
I like to think that it's like anxious
Mm-hmm.
and it's like coming out in negative ways.
Yeah.
And they're just as excited for this baby to come as we are. They just don't know how to express it. I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
But it's hard day to day.
Yeah. Okay, so I think what we're going to do, like we did with our last time with Mary on the episode, I think we're going to pause it right here. And I am going to edit this episode, and then we are going to pick up and start back with episode part 2 of her 3rd trimester, because we are hitting that hour mark, and I'm trying to keep mine right at an hour for you guys, because we could literally chit chat here for 4 or 5 hours all night. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for listening to this episode. We really hope you got a laugh out of this, that you learned something all about home births. We're going to pick this right back up next week, and we're going to get to know Mary some more about her home births and dive more into this 3rd trimester. So stay tuned for part 2 from 2 Tuckered Mamas. We'll see you in part 2. See ya.